Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we are doing a 7-round mock of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, what we're going to be doing we're going to be taking all 7 rounds for the Jaguars, going through what they should do in the upcoming NFL draft. I might do multiple of these for any other team, so leave what team you want me to do below in the comments. But for now, we're just going to hop right into the Jaguars one, and we all know who we think they're taking number 1 overall. It's got to be Trevor Lawrence. There's guys, Justin Fields just beat Trevor Lawrence as I'm recording this, and he may have increased his draft stock back above Zach Wilson. If you guys remember in my mock draft, I had Zach Wilson above Justin Fields. Justin Fields played a heck of a game the other day, so maybe he surpasses Zach Wilson again, but I don't think he surpasses Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is still the clear-cut number 1 player, even though he lost that game. I mean, Clemson's defense just got shredded. I don't think that was really... I mean, Trevor Lawrence didn't put up enough points, yes, but... yeah, you're not going to win often allowing 49 points. So I think the Jaguars for sure go Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Michael Parsons, Gregory Rousseau, Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Kwity Paye, Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, Zach Wilson, J.C. Horn, Wyatt Davis, Kyle Pitts, Eric Stokes, Jeremiah. I can't keep up. I tried. But we pick up at 21. We pick at 21. Chase goes to the Eagles. Fields goes to the Jets. Waddle goes to the Lions. Surtain and Farley end up going there. The Cowboys end up taking a QB, which is interesting. Wyatt Davis at 13. That kind of matches up with what we had. Chargers go corner, which is interesting. I think they almost have to go Darrisaw if he's there. I don't see why you can't. But anyways, there's still some good players available. We need a tight end. Pat Freiermuth is in play here. We do pick at the top of the second round as well. O-tackle is a need. We can look at Jalen Mayfield, Sam Cosby. We could use corner, Sean Wade. I don't really like him. We could use edge. We could use Joseph Osai. We could use receiver. We could use Rashad Bateman. We don't really need running back. We could use interior D-line. So as we look at the Jaguars pick, I go over and see that Cam Robinson's entering the final year of his deal. So that means he will be an unrestricted free agent in 2021. And do the Jaguars bring him back? We don't know that yet. So at the time of me recording this, we don't know if Cam Robinson's coming back. So that's what makes it difficult here. Like, obviously, if Christian Darrisaw was here at 21, it would make this pick a heck of a lot easier. But I'm between Pat Freiermuth and I'm between an O-tackle. Now, which one of these guys can come in and help this team right away? I mean, Sam Cosby would replace Robinson on the left side at left tackle. I don't think that's a bad pick. I think Cosby is a good left tackle. He's 6'7". He's built for the position, and he's very athletic for his size. Pat Freiermuth, can we get him at 33? Probably not. We'd have to settle for a guy like Brevin Jordan. Whereas we can go down the board for Alex Leatherwood here, or Jackson Carman, or Liam Eichenberg. There's options, but I think I gotta go Sam Cosby. I think he's the best left tackle left on the board. I would have loved Darrisaw, but I think Cosby, you gotta protect Lawrence's blind side, and I don't think Cam Robinson's gonna come back. As of now, we don't know, but right now I don't think he's gonna get re-signed. I think if they re-sign him, they're not the smartest. But that's just my opinion. I'm gonna go Sam Cosby. In the ideal situation happened for us, where Pat Freiermuth did fall to 33, I think you have to take him at this point. You need a tight end. And you're giving Lawrence another weapon. Freiermuth is an athletic tight end that is also very good in the blocking game. And he's not as good as Kyle Pitts, but he's definitely the second best tight end in the class, I think, almost guaranteed. At this pick, I'm looking at a safety, and I think it's got to be Trayvon Moehrig. The reason being is Josh Jones, I think, is their safety right now, and he's just not really the guy long term, and Moehrig's a young safety with potential. Will he be here at this pick? I don't know. You could also look at edge. A guy like Patrick Jones has been great this year. Quincy Roche, Rashad Weaver. Pittsburgh has some good D linemen coming out. Davion Nixon is very good, and you could consider him. He's rising up draft boards, but I think right here you got to go Trayvon Moehrig, get your strong safety on defense, and then go from there and see who you pick next. All right, if I'm the Jaguars at this point, I'm looking at edge, and for me it's between Quincy Roche and Joe Tryon. Maybe even Rashad Reaver. They're all good players. I think Quincy Roche just sneaks ahead of both them. I mean, he's got a 6'4", 235-pound build. They need edge pretty badly. I mean, they got Caleb on Chase on, who really hasn't performed. And I think in the third round, if you can get an edge rusher as a rotational guy, but also a guy who could potentially grow into something bigger, I think Quincy Roche is that guy. He has tons of potential, but he just hasn't developed into first-round talent. But I think he can, going forward for the Jaguars, he can be a good player. And here at this pick, I think we're going to get an interior D lineman for the Jaguars. I don't think much needs to be said. Davion Nixon has shot up draft boards. He's had a really good year. I don't expect him to be here in the 4th round at all. I think he's going to get 2nd round hype for sure. Maybe even early 3rd, maybe late 1st. I mean, he can go all over the place. He's kind of a player that just came out of the scene randomly. And he's been really, really, really good this year. I think you can't pass him up here in the 4th round. I think that gives you an interior D lineman on a team that needs to improve your D line, get back to the Jacksonville defense of years prior, where you had tons of talent on that D line, and that was what kind of led your team into the playoffs with Blake Bortles at quarterback. Get back to that. At this point, I'm going under the best player available mentality, and right now to me, that is Elijah Moore. This is a guy who has also shot up my board this year. He's a slot receiver who reminds me a lot of Steve Smith. And I think in the 4th round, I think he's a slot receiver that has potential you can't miss out on. I'm going to be taking him in a lot of drafts and mock drafts coming forward. I think he's also another player like Davion Nixon who's going to rise up boards. So these later round guys are guys that I believe are still rising up boards, but I don't think they'll be here come April. That's why, for now, I'm going to give him Elijah Moore because he's the best player available, in my opinion. And will he be there in real life in round 4? I'd almost say no. There's no shot he is. But I think we could use a corner. Now, there's not many good corner options left on this Jaguars team. Marco Wilson's completely undraftable at this point. He's terrible. TJ Carter's a decent player, but he's a little small for a boundary corner, which the Jaguars kind of need a boundary corner. I just don't see him fitting out there. But he did play boundary at Memphis, which is kind of interesting. But I think Ambry Thomas, I think, is a physical corner that can kind of fill a Jacksonville need. Keith Taylor is another guy. He's 6'3". I don't really like him as much as I do. Keith Taylor's more of a utility player. Like, he can play linebacker, corner, nickel. Like, I feel like if you want a pure corner, I think Ambry Thomas is the best one available. I think you got to go Ambry Thomas. He's the best corner available. None of them are particularly great corners. I don't think any of them are going to be like all pros. But you like at this point, we're just looking for depth, and I think Ambry Thomas has the most potential out of the guys left. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, once I look at more corners later on down the draft and closer to the draft, we'll see more there. But as of now, I think that was probably the best corner available. And now you got to be looking at interior O-line. I'm trying to fill their needs here, fill all their needs as much as we can. And I think you got to go Cade Mays here. I mean, he's a guard from Tennessee. He can replace A.J. Kahn maybe down the line. I don't particularly like that, but I think he's got the best chance of anyone left here. Like I said, we're taking depth players. That's the problem with 7-round mocks. We don't know what guys will be available in the later rounds. These guys could go as early as the 2nd round for all I know. They could shoot up draft boards, but Cade Mays right now, I think it's just a good pick at the time for the Jaguars. I'm not going to be too picky with the late round picks because, I mean, if we're too picky, we'll be here all day. Like, we just need to make picks that I feel like at our positions of needs and hope they turn out. I mean, whoever has the most potential when I'm picking there is who I'm going to pick. The corner, Josh Jobe has played okay down the stretch in college football. In round 7, I don't think it's particularly a risk. And he's an Alabama corner. You never know. But, I mean, Josh Jobe, I think, is just the best corner left out of the guys I've scouted or even watched tape or watched football of. It's like, at this point, it's kind of guys that aren't getting much recognition. We have one more pick here. That is at 246. Let's see who we take. For the fun of it, he's had a good few weeks. Let's take, I don't know, he's kind of like James Robinson. I was going to take Trey Sermon just to like kind of take him. Elijah Mitchell might fit better in the Jaguars scheme. Not that they got James Robinson if they need another running back. Let's go Elijah Mitchell. Why not? I feel like he would complement James Robinson well. And with the last pick, Naquan Jones goes. Let's take a look at our picks. We took Trevor Lawrence and then Sam Cosby and Pat Frymuth. We boosted up that offense for Trevor Lawrence. The first 3 picks all went to the offense. And then we decided to take safety and edge help in rounds 2 and 3. This might still even be round 2, actually. No, I think that's the first pick of round 3. And Morig and Quincy Roche, they needed a strong safety, and then they needed a edge rusher. We get that. We get an interior D lineman and a slot receiver. These 2 guys are sleepers. Look for them coming forward. Davion Nixon and Elijah Moore, I like them a lot. And then we just went into the depth picks in Ambry Thomas, Cade Mays, Josh Jobe, Elijah Mitchell. Just kind of big names that are down the board and haven't really got much hype and regard for their position. But, I mean, these guys are guys with potential. Like, Ambry Thomas could run quick, and he's 6 foot. He could be a good outside corner. K. Mays could be the replacement for A.J. Khan down the line. Josh Jobe is kind of just like a 7th round pick. Okay, if he works out, cool. If not, you cut him. And same with Elijah Mitchell. But the main 5 picks, I'd say, are right here of guys that are going to be like good day 1. Or maybe even starters day 1. I don't know about starters for Roche, but these guys are all going to come in and start at a position if Cam Robinson leaves. And then Davion Nixon at interior D-line is good. And Elijah Moore as a slot receiver is good. I like him a lot. These 2, keep an eye on. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to do these for multiple teams. So leave what team you think we should do next in the comments. And peace.